Hey nerds, Bevan here. Welcome back to my channel. I saw Lego Batman last night, so that's what we're talking about today. If you're wondering what this is all about, I got kicked in the face wrestling on Thursday by a girl. There's a lot of blood everywhere, but I'm okay. But let's talk about Lego Batman. So this is the follow-up to the Lego movie, which came out a few years ago, which I watched in advance of this movie. And I must say that the original, the Lego movie, I enjoyed a lot more than Lego Batman. And that's not to say I didn't enjoy Lego Batman. There was a lot of parts and themes about this movie I thought were great. I thought some of the humor was really awesome, but overall the movie kind of fell flat with me, unfortunately. The teaser trailers were great. I had a lot of hype going into the movie. I was very excited to see it, but it just didn't live up to what I kind of had in my own head going in. First, I want to talk about the things I enjoyed. So, started off excellent with Batman intro scene where he talks about how he's just like the stereotypical superhero movie intro where you have like the epic music that goes and how you have to have a logo that goes from light to dark. I enjoyed that it kind of poked a lot of humor at itself. You know, Batman's a very dark, very dreary character, as we've seen in plenty of movies over the years. And this movie did a really good job of kind of poking fun at itself. And it really reminded me in that way of the Deadpool intro, whereas it was audible as opposed to just visual, because in Deadpool, of course, it was the opening credits where it was like this starring the hunky man and the foreign sidekick or whatever it was. I forget exactly what it was, but that really reminded me of Deadpool when I was watching this movie. I also really enjoyed that when Batman came on the screen, he was like a really cocky character. Like, he was high-fiving police officers and, you know, talking smack to all the bad guys. And I really enjoyed that because it's so different from what we see in almost any other interpretation of Batman. Batman is typically just a very quiet character, uses intimidation, he uses his size, whereas in this one he's just, you know, he's a really good fighter and he's funny and he talks smack, and it was great. And you go from the opening fight scene to when he returns home and he's looking at the pictures of his family, and when he says, "Cave, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home," and the echo really signifies that Batman truly is alone in his personal life. And we all know the story of how Bruce Wayne's parents were shot and he became Batman, and how that is the leading motivating factor in his crime-fighting life. But it was different in this movie where we got to see kind of behind the scenes of Batman and see just kind of how damaged he is as a person. And the main theme of this movie is family and friendship and relationships and relying on others when you need them. So I really enjoyed those themes and those messages because they are very different from anything we've seen in a Batman movie before, at least in live action. I haven't seen all the animated ones, of course, but the closest thing is, like, funnily enough, Batman Forever, when he has Robin and he has Batgirl and he has Alfred and he has these allies that are helping him defeat the bad guys, where in this movie he actually, spoiler alert, by the way, spoiler alert, spoilers from here. In this movie, he actually relies on the bad guys that he's put in Arkham Asylum to help him defeat the main bad guy of the movie and the plan that that guy has concocted. I will try not to do any more spoilers from here on out, but it's just very interesting to see Batman discovering the reality that he has to rely on others. So I enjoyed all the ideas that were circulating throughout the movie. However, I didn't really enjoy the execution of everything. The main bad guy is the Joker. I did not like this portrayal of the Joker. I did enjoy his motivation in the movie, which, again, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, is that he is in hate with Batman and that he and Batman are, you know, spiritually, emotionally, physically connected forever and ever and ever for the last, you know, I made the reference of the last 78 years. and that Batman won't admit that to him, and so he goes out of his way to prove that Batman needs the Joker just as much as Joker needs the Batman. So while I enjoyed the motivation of the character, the Joker, I did not so much enjoy the performance of Joker. I didn't enjoy the writing of Joker, or the dialogue and all that kind of stuff. He just didn't click with me, and that's fine. Maybe it's unfair that I'm comparing the Lego Batman to the Lego movie, but I thought the Lego movie and the humor in that movie was just head and shoulders above this one. I didn't think this movie was overall as a movie that funny. Of course, there were the moments. I love the flashbacks to, I like how the movie dated itself in comparison to everything else the character has done. He talks about the 78 years that he's existed. He references every other portrayal of Batman, including the 1940s serials, TV shows. He references the radio dramas, Adam West, George Clooney, Michael Keaton, Christopher Nolan. He references all these different things. So I enjoy all the self-referencing it did while still maintaining its own independence aside from those, because obviously this is the Lego universe. It's not connected to any of that in any other way. Connections I would have enjoyed seeing were connections to the Lego movie. You see the debut of a female character walk on stage in front of Bruce Wayne, and my girlfriend thought that it would have been Wildstyle from the first Lego movie, but it wasn't. It ended up being Barbara Gordon. But it would have been nice to see some kind of tie-in to that universe, whether or not this was in that same universe, or if it's like a multi-universe kind of thing. I don't know, because obviously it's Lego, and Batman was in the Lego movie, and now you have the Lego Batman spin-off, but there was just no connection between the two, which I really would have enjoyed to see. This movie also felt really long. It clocked in at, I think, 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I felt every minute of it. Granted, I had just got back from a very long wrestling road trip where I had gotten 2 hours of sleep the night before and driven 12 hours the night before, so it's tough to say. But overall, I didn't super connect with this movie, unfortunately, even though I was very excited for it. I will probably buy it on Blu-ray anyway, just because it's Batman and it's DC and it's Lego, and I'm a collector, and I will probably need to have it for all of my sets. So those are my thoughts on Lego Batman. I need to hear from you guys now. What did you think of this movie? And also, follow-up question, what is a character you would love to see get its own Lego feature film? Personally, I would love to see some Lego Harry Potter hit the film screen. As always, if you like this video, hit that like button, and if you really like this video, hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to be putting out new videos, no longer on an every Sunday schedule, because sometimes Sunday just doesn't work out. But I promise I will be putting out weekly videos and sometimes twice weekly videos. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bevan Boychuk, and until next time, folks, I am out like a light.